Run in the building.
What do you do, Ron? Because I've known you for many years now, and I'm ashamed to say I can't really put my finger on what you do.
Okay. Yeah, so at the moment, I work as a business analyst.
Okay.
And that really is looking at business processes
Right.
and trying to find out where the gaps are.
Yes.
And then see how to improve on those gaps, bridge the gaps so that the business can do better.
Okay. All right. In a nutshell.
Yes.
Okay. And if you wanted to explain to someone in secondary school, is that how you'd explain it as well?
Yes, pretty much. I'd probably go along those lines to say, if you have a business and you want to be able to do better with your business, the business analyst will come in to look at your business, find out what the problems are, and then advise you on how to do better. A lot of the time, it uses technology to improve how you run your business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I understand better. I'm not very sharp when it comes to when it comes to business anything or project anything.
Yeah.
So who is the guy, Ron, behind these roles?
Okay, so I'm a fun,
Yes, you are.
happy guy most of the time.
Yes.
I'm a father. I've got 3 kids, married, beautiful wife.
All girls.
Well, I've got 2 girls and a boy.
It's not like I don't. I just like to cause trouble.
yeah. I've got 2 girls and a boy. And that's just me.
And how long have you lived in the UK for?
About 8 years now.
8 years. Did
Yes.
you have all your kids here or?
Yeah, so I had 2 of my kids back in Nigeria. And then the 3rd one we had here. That was 2019. Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice. And you enjoy living in the UK?
To a large extent, I do.
So you're settled, you have friends.
Yes, very settled. And I'll tell you, I'll give you a few examples.
Give us,
yes.
please.
So I think at some point back home, it was
Back home in Nigeria.
Back home in Nigeria, yes. Back home in Nigeria, it was quite difficult just trying to get the basic things done.
Yeah.
Even though people were doing well, a lot of us were doing well at that point in time, it was still quite difficult to have the basic necessities of life.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think it was just a bit too much work just to have a regular quality of life. And I think that's probably one of the things that I enjoy over here.
Because here you wake up, there's light. Because you've paid your bills.
Absolutely.
There's light. But Nigeria, even if you paid electrical bills, you wake up and
you still have
never has
to
taken
do
lights.
extra work to provide energy, basic electricity. So it was just too much work.
Okay. So how do you balance it then? You've got 3 kids, then you're working as a business analyst, you've got your whole life in the UK. How do you balance all these things?
Yeah, it is busy. It's a busy life. And I think that is probably one of the things I would say is sort of like a culture shock. You know, back home in Nigeria, if you had a broken chair, a broken bed, you'd call Babarisi. Babarisi down the road to come and fix for about 100 naira or something like that.
In those days, now,
Yes,
I don't think
yes.
they even
Oh,
give you
back then,
5,000
yeah.
stuff is not even enough.
Yes, but over here, you essentially have to do everything
And you have
yourself.
to plan before you can get a handyman.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, there's a call-out fee.
Yes.
Even when the guy doesn't fix anything,
£30,
but the fact that you called him out, you have to pay. You have to pay for
Give
it.
me money.
You have to pay for it.
Yes.
So I think that was one of the learning curves. It's being able to do everything by yourself. So you've become the DIY guy, so to speak.
Everything is on YouTube.
Yes. You go on YouTube and learn how
So
to
you're
fix
very
stuff.
handy.
Oh yes, I am.
Don't lie. My friend is here. You're married to my friend.
To be honest, I am quite handy. I mean, from back home in Nigeria, I learned that from my dad. I'd look at him trying to fix stuff.
Yeah.
And I started to pick up on that a little bit. So I think that has kind of like helped as well with being able to manage all of those responsibilities and all the roles. Father, the handyman, the husband, the teacher, the whole works.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of like helps.
And you like art as well because you're looking at the artwork and immediately start talking about it.
Yeah, I do. So I have that creative and artistic side to me. So growing up, I'd pick up a few bits here and there and try to put stuff together, paint stuff. So my sister actually studied fine arts in school, in college. And so I guess I probably looked at her and picked up a few bits from just watching her.
Does she still use that as a career?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, not anymore.
I didn't think
I mean,
so.
she left all that behind many years ago. Yeah, so I think, so being here, it's been a journey and a learning experience. And I think the initial shock, that culture shock, has sort of like worn off. So we're a bit more settled now. We're familiar. We're still learning how to balance all the responsibilities, father, husband, teacher, the whole works.
Well, I think you can never get settled in the UK, because even when you're like, okay, so this year we've done ILR, we've done visa, we've done passport, we've done everything. UK will just bring something else. That will stabilize you. Where are you on that trajectory now?
Okay. I'm a British citizen now.
Okay, good.
So I've naturalized. I've gone through that process. So but it has been a lot of work.
And money.
Yes, it has been an expensive process.
Very.
Yes. So it's been a journey. And in terms of being a bit more settled, you do get to that point where you feel that, yes, I can do certain things differently now.
Okay.
You have that sense of relief.
Like you can start a business if
you can start a business. You can go to different places just at the drop of a hat.
Yes, you
don't have to think too
I'll
much about it.
Tomorrow.
You just get up and go. And I think that access is probably one of the things that you would enjoy with being settled and having the sort of status that you have as a British citizen.
So
it sort of like gives you that access.
Yes or no? If somebody called you up today and said, Ron, I want to relocate, would you say they should come?
Yes and no. so yes and no. Yes, but do it the right way.
Okay.
No, if you're thinking of going about it the wrong way.
And getting stuck in the UK.
Yes, because it will be a difficult and a terrible experience. Yes. So the journey will be a lot more worse than the 8 years that I have spent to get to this point.
Is it still worth it though, people relocating to the UK? Is it still worth it?
So it depends. It depends on a few factors, because I know a lot of guys that are back home in Nigeria and are doing very well.
Yes.
So if you're in Nigeria and doing well, you probably don't really have any reason to move over here. You can still explore the world. You're doing well, so you're able to do that. But then you also have to think about maybe your children,
the
future for them. You want a different experience. So for us, for instance, one of the things we also wanted to do was to be able to have a different experience for ourselves and for our children. So I think you have to think about all of those factors. So because if you're doing well and you leave and you come over here, it's almost like you're starting all over again.
It's not almost like you are starting all over again. You are, because you're living the life that you know.
Yes.
You're starting afresh. You have to find accommodation. You have to learn how to drive in. It's not
You
have to learn how to drive in the UK.
I mean, you're reminding me of all those
things are
those
traumatic.
little bits.
Small trauma that we've gone through.
Yeah. When I got my UK driver's license, driving license, I cannot explain the relief.
You felt like I settled.
Yes. It was like I just moved like 10 steps forward just by getting driving license.
I feel like everything is in stages. You come, you find a good accommodation. Then you pass your driving license. You pass your driving test. You get your license. And then you finally do a mortgage. I feel like all those steps.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a lot of work. So you have to put all of those things into context and you have to think about them properly. And then you also have to think about your age. So people make those moves at different ages in their life. It's a lot easier if you're at a certain age than it is at another age.
Between 20 and 40 max.
Yes. It becomes a bit more difficult. You can do it because if you set your mind to anything, you can almost achieve it. It's just that it's probably a bit more difficult at a certain time.
If you're older.
Okay.
So you've been here for 8 years and you're a business analyst.
Yes.
What are the things you had to do? What certifications? How did you become a business analyst? Because young people at home in Nigeria, they're trying to relocate, or even people in the UK, they're thinking,
how do I get into this type of role?
How can I become a business analyst and work in the UK?
Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit to what even led me to wanting to consider business analysis as a career. So when I was in Nigeria, so first off, I studied surveying and geoinformatics.
That's like
it's a very fancy name. But on the back of that, I became what we call a GIS analyst. So that's like analyzing geographic data. So going through that course already kind of like exposed me to that side of analytics, being able to analyze data and things like that. And then after some time, I started taking some management courses and then got into some management consulting while I was back home in Nigeria. Okay. So I was sort of like working both as a GIS analyst and then on my role, I was also taking on some managerial responsibilities.
Were you preparing yourself for coming here then?
To be honest, I wasn't, because I never even considered leaving Nigeria. Yes, I didn't. So my wife started to talk to me about it.
She was putting it in your head?
Yes, but I was a bit reluctant. I didn't want to leave yet. And then I was running a business at some point. The business was also into GIS services.
Okay. Was that kind of like supplying maps and geographical things?
Yes. So I was making digital maps, vehicle tracking, navigation systems, and things like that. So I was doing that, and I really wasn't thinking about leaving the country. I was one of those firm believers that yes, Nigeria is going to be good. We're going to be all right. Very patriotic Nigerian, you know. I am still patriotic anyway. Yeah, because I still feel that yes, we're going to be all right as a country.
We'll be eventually.
Yeah. So then when it was eventually time to move, when I then started to consider moving over here, I then looked at what transferable skills do I already have that I can bring over here and be able to do something tangible career-wise. So I already had that analytical side of things, and then I had that managerial experience as well. And then I started to research the different careers in the UK.
That could align with.
Yeah, exactly. So business analysis seemed to fit in perfectly.
Good.
Yes. And so when we moved over, I then started exploring, getting into that role as a business analyst.
Did you find that job immediately? Or
no, not at all. No. So that in itself was a process.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I would say it took me about a year from wanting to get a job to actually then getting a job as a business analyst.
Oh, that's discouraging. A whole year.
It can be discouraging. You know, when you get those emails, unfortunately. Yeah.
In my line of work, we don't get a lot of unfortunate things. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I got a lot of those.
Oh, no.
And I think that's where some people get it wrong. Because you feel that when you're getting all those rejection emails, it just means that you're not good enough. But I think it's a learning process.
See what else I need to do to build myself.
Yeah, to be better and to be able to get the job. And so my journey was, number one, I got into a training program over here to actually learn the structure of business analysis, to be able to understand the structure around it.
Because it's different from everything that you've done in Nigeria.
It is different. It is different. So the first thing was to get into a training program to understand the structure.
What kind of training program was that?
Yeah, so you have a lot of training institutions that offer training on business analysis, project management. Okay. So the good ones are the ones that would also give you like a practical overview of how it actually works. So practical overview in the terms of they'll put you on a project.
I like how you're simplifying these things
so
that younger people or those already here can tap into this and see that they can do it.
Yes. Okay. So they put you on the project, and then that project sort of like exposes you to all of the different steps that you go through to be able to do the job as a business analyst from start to finish.
So when you finished that course and the training program that you did, so it was sure for you?
Not exactly.
Oh, goodness.
That's a few bits that you still have to do. So for me, that was one. That was like a first step for me. Okay. Another step was to actually get certified as well. So there are certification institutes, like there's the British Computer Society, BCS. That one is very popular over here in the UK. There are some other ones. There's the IIBA, which is a bit more international. So what that also does is it also exposes you a little bit more to the knowledge bank that surrounds the role, the BA, and then it just gives you that structure around it as well.
Okay.
Now, one of the things that I learned when I started applying for jobs is, even when I got my first job, is the companies are not really interested in your certification per se.
It's a UK thing.
Yeah.
They want to know, have you worked? What kind of experience do you have?
What kind of experience can you bring to the table? And I think that was one of the things that some of these recruiters said to me at the start. You don't have any UK experience. And then that got me thinking, so how do I get this UK experience? So one of the things I did was to look for a non-for-profit organization
to volunteer. Without pay.
Without pay, gosh. Yeah. But because what that helps you to do is it puts you in that work environment, yes. And then it helps you to start to understand the work culture over here as well. Because we're coming from a different culture.
Yes.
So when you get into that work environment, you start to understand the language.
Yes.
In the work environment.
It's the banter.
It's a slightly different scenario.
Yeah.
I mean, when I started working, when I get to the office in the morning, people would ask me, so how was your weekend? Especially on a Monday morning. How was your weekend? I would say, oh, it was fine. It was
good, and that's all.
And then I ask them, so but how was yours? And then they spend 30 minutes giving me details of what they did at the weekend.
Because for Nigerians, how are you? Fine, finish.
Fine, that's it.
But then you say, how are you? Like, oh, my cat died over the weekend.
Yeah.
Then I went to my nan's place, and then they give you food gist.
Yeah.
So that kind of lingo, that kind of like culture, you have to learn it.
You have to learn it. And I had to learn it. Because I even discovered that you tend to get into people's bad books when you don't have that sort of banter.
They think you're closed up.
Yeah. And then when they write up a report about you, they will say that this guy lacks communication skills. We can't relate with this person.
And it's not just work related though. It's also because you don't open up about your social life and they think you're hiding something. You're a very good person.
Yes.
I can't get to her.
Yeah. And so they feel that, that team spirit isn't there. Because one of the things they look out for is, are you a team player?
Yes.
But when you don't have that sort of banter, it's not, it's a disadvantage.
Okay, so coming back to this, so you had to volunteer for a bit.
Yes.
And then were you able to get something soon after?
Yes, soon after. Okay. Yeah, it was quite coincidental. So I joined this non-for-profit and I was working there as an advisor. I had a 6-month training.
Advising on what?
Yeah, so it was debt advice for citizens of the UK.
Oh, no.
So I was on a 6-month program with them.
Okay.
To learn how to be a debt advisor. And the month I completed the training and I just started in that role was when I got my first job as a BA.
When you say debt, is it like debt like somebody quiet? Or
no,
debt
like debt like basic, yeah.
It's English.
It's
English language.
Yeah, like basic.
Okay. I've been thinking like debt advice. I'm thinking, this is such a lovely job.
Yeah, so it was whilst I was on that role was when I got my first job as a BA. Now I say my first job as a BA because I actually got one job. It was not a BA job.
Yes.
And that's what I'd say, that you can't just come here and sit around and do nothing. You've got to get busy.
Put yourself out there.
Yeah, put yourself out there and do something whilst you're waiting to get the big job that you're actually looking for. Now that job I got had a really fancy name. It was called inventory analyst.
Working in a shop.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah. So that first job was called, I said inventory analyst is such a big name. But it was all just restocking shelves.
Oh no.
It's just restocking shelves in the shops, So. I mean, that job was ridiculous.
Oh gosh. And you did it?
I did it. It was ridiculous.
I wish I could hug you.
Yeah. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
No.
12-hour shift.
Was it worth it financially?
It was ridiculous. It's minimum wage.
Don't be discouraged.
Yeah.
Oh, no. How long did you do that for?
I think a couple of weeks.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I had to let it go because I felt that it was also stopping me from focusing on preparing myself for what I was actually looking for. But I mean, I had to do it. I had to put myself out there and just go and do something.
I've worked.
Yeah, just go and do something. So, yeah, I think all this is it's a getting that job was a culmination of all of these little things. It all eventually came together. And I think one of the things that's also very important is to get a mentor.
Yes.
If you're looking for a job in a specific area, get a mentor, someone who's already there and doing well, and ask questions.
So did you have one
as a sounding board? Yeah. I spoke to a few people and was always asking questions.
Good.
And I think the overall advice was you just have to keep going. You just have to keep going. And I learned that as well, practically, that yes, you really have to keep going. When you get those rejections, you take a lesson from it and you move to the next one. Before I got that job, my first BA job, I had one interview that I went 3 stages and I still didn't get the job. But it was a great learning experience because I picked up a lot of lessons going through that process. And the fact that I made it to 3 stages told me I was getting close.
Yes.
I was getting close. You just have to keep going.
Yeah. Although you'd have been disappointed that you didn't get it, but you were happy that you went through that level.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely, I was.
Nice.
So by the time I went for that job interview, that I got the job, I was so prepared.
You were over ready.
I was over ready.
By the time 100.
In fact, the recruiter, she said, they gave us this practical assessment.
Mm-hmm.
By the time she left and came back, she said, "You'd finished." I said, "I finised." She looked at it. She said,
"You didn't ask for extra paper."
Nah. She said, "And it's so clear." She was like, I said, "This woman doesn't know that I'm so ready."
You've been ready since. You're ready since forever.
Yeah.
Give me the job, I beg.
I said,
okay.
So of course, I think when I got that job, I was very happy, of course, but I wasn't too surprised because I felt that I just put in the work.
Yes.
I'd gone through the process. So that 1 year was just getting ready, preparing myself. I probably submitted over 900 CVs and 900 I was applying for 900 jobs before I got the first one.
I don't want to be in your shoes, man.
Yeah. So
I've heard somebody say 650. I saw that on TikTok. It said 650 and they finally got one and I was like 650. Wow.
And you know the way 900. I know is that I actually opened up a spreadsheet.
I
started logging in all the jobs I've applied to. The reason was because I felt I'd applied to the same organization more than 2 times.
Oh gosh.
So I needed to keep track to be able to identify which one I'd applied to so that I don't
So how long did it take you to eventually get that one?
The first job?
Yes.
Yeah, about a year.
1 year.
Yeah, from when I started applying.
900. So that means a year, like doing like 50 per day.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how I was blasting out. I was blasting out those letters.
So if you could advise, people, what would you say in terms of persevering and stuff?
Oh yeah, you have to keep going. You just have to. So you always have to look at the end from the beginning.
Okay.
And visualize where you want to be. And just hold on to that.
How far you've come is much longer or farther than where you're going.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. Okay. Yes. You just have to hold on to it and you have to keep going. And you have to remind yourself that if other people can do it, you can do it as well.
Yes.
That's what I used to tell myself. I say, this guy hasn't got 2 heads.
Yes, no.
This guy hasn't got 2 heads.
When there are jobs.
Yeah, if he's doing that, I can do it as well. And then I also say to myself that, hey, listen, apart from the fact that I'm looking for work, these guys are also looking for me to solve a problem. Because every time you go into that job, you're going there to do something.
Nice.
Yeah, you're not going there to just sit around.
Okay. So let's play a quick game. Yeah, because I like to stress people.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Because you're a wise man. Your social media page is on Instagram. Really.
Yes.
But I like the fact that you give life lessons and we'll come to that. So I like the fact that you tell us a story and then you interpret it.
Yeah.
I always look forward to it.
Okay.
Cool. You do it every day, Abby?
Well, so during the Christmas holiday.
Yeah. You recorded a lot.
Yeah, I did a few during the Christmas holiday.
That's not like every day something.
No. So after the first few ones, the ones that ran for the whole of January, I probably did most of them during my two week holiday in December.
Right.
But you see, my job is very busy, so of course, as soon as I go back to work,
no time.
Yeah, I didn't really have much time. So
that means that we're watching old stock.
It's not old stock. It's not old stock. It's not old stock.
Because I thought that
the earlier ones were probably some of them were not
the. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking that maybe every day during your break time, you just something.
The ones you're watching now.
Now
those ones are like that. So when I've got about 30 minutes break time, I quickly chip in something.
Okay. That's why I had to plan this segment for you. So I want you to interpret these idioms.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell us with your why and give us a story or not, or just give us like an example what explains it.
Okay, I'll do my best.
So when 2 elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. Take it away.
Okay. When 2 elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers.
Yeah, time out. The timer is on.
So me and you fight now.
Me, I'm not an elephant too. I'm just an ordinary person. You're failing this one. You're failing already.
Okay. When me and my wife fight, it's the kids that also fight.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a very good one. Why?
Yeah, because I think it's like the aftermath.
Yes.
We tend to like project our frustration on whoever is around us, and most of the time you find that it's probably the kids.
Yeah.
And in reality, that actually happens.
Yeah.
So when you're falling out with your partner, the kids probably tend to suffer for it, because when they come to you at that point, you're in a bad mood and you react accordingly.
And sometimes you can project and display these emotions. Okay, good. So that one you pass on. Next is teaching time. saves 9.
Okay. So I can tell you a story around that one. So I love dancing.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. So I think when I was in secondary school, a friend of mine was having a party. And then because I wanted to get there on time, and I want to maximize my time. So I would be the first on the dance floor, the last to leave.
Oh.
I wore this pants and it had a little tear.
Yeah, tell you that was literal.
Yeah. This actually happened. Now, I saw it, but I was like, this is very tiny. I'll be fine. I could have stayed to try to stitch it, right?
Okay.
But I went to the party and I did a split.
Oh.
And
and all your things, all your eggs and your sausages.
Yeah. I just got up and stylishly left the party. I went back home. Now, to tell you how determined I was, I went back to the party and took my brother's pants, which was very similar to mine.
Wait, so you went home?
Yeah, I went home.
Went back to the party?
I went and changed into my brother's pants. So he had a similar one, slightly bigger than mine, but the same color. I took the pants and went back to the party. Yeah, but I mean, if I had stitched that little tear at the time, it probably wouldn't have had the big gap.
I think this stitching time saves 9 also kind of like sounds similar to make hay while the sun shines.
Yeah.
I just feel like if you do things when you're supposed to do it, then you save a lot of trouble.
Yes, absolutely.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So don't put all your eggs
in one basket.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Think fast.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Yes, I mean literally means don't just try to put everything in one place.
Yeah.
Have options, right? Have options. Yeah. Okay. I think with work, let me use work as an example.
Yes.
And I've probably seen a few guys struggle with this. It's to say, I want to become a business analyst. That's all I want to do. And then you sit down and do nothing else. So I think at the time, whilst you're waiting to become a BA, get the job as a BA, look at other options. Do something else.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Look out there and just find something else to do.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
How about this one? Empty barrels.
Make the loudest noise. Boom, boom, boom.
You gonna go?
Yes. Yeah, I think you tend to find that a lot of the time, the guys that don't really know much are the ones that shout the loudest. They try to maybe sort of like overcompensate for their lack of knowledge.
Yes.
And when we were in school, I probably saw a few of that with a few folks.
How are they doing now?
Yeah, well, some not so good, but yeah, some others are. You find yourself after some time and then you can get back on track.
Yes.
But I know some people that are still struggling now to get back on their feet. When I was in secondary school, there was this guy. He was a big guy. I was a smallish guy when I was in secondary school. I think I kind of blew up afterwards. But there was this guy. He was quite buff at the time, and it was sort of like a bully. And it was very loud, very boisterous, and he sort of like acted like he knew everything. In fact, one day he hit me on the head with the top of a desk. The school was quite rowdy. And maybe I'll tell you a little bit of a story.
In Nigeria, not here.
In Nigeria, yeah.
Bullying was almost like...
That was back in Nigeria.
Gosh.
So a few years down the line, I saw this guy and he was in a bad way. Oh, no. You never would have thought that this guy back then in school would turn out that way. So yeah, I think...
Empty barrels.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And the last one for you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah, you can't give what you don't have, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You can't give what you don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you whatever you are today or whatever you're able to do today is a function of what you have on the inside.
100%.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Ron, let's talk about your personal life.
Oh, yeah.
So how has...
A lot of juicy stuff there, though.
Don't say bad things about my friend.
We'll keep it clean.
Keep it clean. So how has fatherhood shaped you as a person? How would you say that has changed you?
Well, I think fatherhood has definitely taught me to be a bit more responsible.
Oh, yes.
So let me give you a little history.
Yes.
I grew up rough. And I know a lot of people have that same experience.
You don't look like you grew up rough.
Yes, I know.
You look like you grew up posh.
Yes, I know. I used to say I'm a very rugged guy, but I've kind of like cleaned up.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort trying to clean up and polish up my life. So when
Where did you grow up?
Yeah, so
where?
When I was a kid, we used to live in K2 in Lagos.
Okay.
And as I grew older, we moved to Oworo, Bariga.
Oworo Shoki. I just know it by the name. I don't know, but I know Bariga. Yes.
Yeah. So to just to give you a little bit of insight into my background, I was one of those that I could switch roles. When I needed to be area boy, about I want Lily. In fact, it was one day I was driving my sister's jalopy in Lagos Island. She was there beside me in the passenger side. We were going on Broad Street towards CMS, so there was a lot of traffic. Then this guy pulls up to the window and he says, "Fumilowo Jo." And I was like, "About Lily, about EFM."
I can't even imagine you like that. It's not
very colorful language. The guy looked at me and said, Koshi Lodge. So, I'm saying that just to tell you, just to show you my background, right? So, but as I grew older, and I guess I was also looking at my dad, so kudos to my dad a little bit. So my dad trained under a missionary, and he was a bit polished as well. But of course, things were hard growing up. So I still picked up on that from him. And at some point, I'd made the decision that regardless of background or status, I was going to do everything possible to ensure that I was still a polished, gentleman. Nice. And so that was my exposure. And so I think all of that, thinking about it, then becoming a father, it has just made me more responsible.
Yes.
And I just say to myself that you have to be the person that your kids will look up to and they'll be proud of you.
Absolutely. Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah. So
I like that. I like that so much. So how about being a husband? What lessons have you learned? And
oh wow.
I'd like you to share.
Patience, I think, is number one.
Why did you guys always say that? When it comes to women, you have to have patience. Otherwise everybody will be divorced because we have problems.
Yes.
Okay, patience.
I think so. Patience and selflessness. On the journey to being a husband, I also said to myself, I want to be not just a husband, but a good one. And then how do you become a good husband? You've got to learn how to be. And like one of the idioms we said that an empty barrel, or you can't pour from an empty cup. Yeah. And then so if you want to be a good husband, then you have to learn it.
Yes.
And so, of course, I started learning. Learning is reading the right material, talking to people that have successful relationships, and just learning from them.
So do you read books about relationships and stuff?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Nice. You like to read?
Absolutely, yeah, I do. So, I mean, there's that, The 5 Love Languages, which is a very popular one by Gary Chapman. It's a really good one. And that was one of the books I read while I was preparing to go into marriage. And
wow, you prepared for marriage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Prepare for marriage.
Yeah, I did. Nice. So I read a few of those books. There's a book, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus.
We're from two separate planets.
Yeah, I think that book just sort of like helps you to see that, yes, there are differences, but then there are still some similarities that both of you can bring to the table.
Well, how do you now juggle and manage, your career? You had a good career, and also a family time. How do you juggle and manage all that? Because you're trying to be a good husband, good father, but work is pulling you in that other direction as well with the stress. How do you juggle and manage?
It's definitely a lot of work. I would not try to minimize it. It's a lot of work. But one of the things is to try to prioritize. What are the things that are important to you? Of course, family is important. So you have to give some priority to that.
Oh, nice.
And work will always be there. You can change jobs, but can you change your family though?
No, you can't change us.
Yeah.
One of a kind.
Yeah. So it's about priorities and understanding that you have to be, it's a case of give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. It's being able to apportion the time to spend with the family, apportion the time to do your job, and just be intentional about it.
So what's that favorite thing about being a dad for you and husband?
Even though it's tough sometimes, but I think I take a lot of pride when I'm able to take the kids somewhere to do the things that they want to do, and they have that sense of fulfillment. I get the sense of fulfillment as well. And just being able to be there for them. Nice. Quick example, my son loves to play basketball. I take him to the games. He's having a good time. I'm happy, even though I'm stressed. I've had to do it after work, but I still get that joy and fulfillment that I'm helping him to achieve
because he's happy.
The things that he wants to do.
Does he want to play on like a pro level? Or
he does, actually. He really does, and he's taking it very seriously.
Baba basketball.
Yes, and I think eventually when he starts to make the big bucks,
you take me on one holiday, me and my whole family.
He'll sort me out.
He'll sort us out.
So I think you tend to get that fulfillment from those experiences. My son, so in school they have all these pastoral conversations. Pastoral in the sense that it's just an opportunity for them to express themselves freely.
Be themselves. What they can't say at home, they can. It's a free space.
So in that conversation, one of the feedback he gave when they asked him was about what he likes to do or how he likes to spend his free time. He said he likes to spend it with his family. And I thought that was really good. That's
very nice.
It means we're doing a good job.
1 point for daddy and mommy. Very good. Okay, Ron. I really like the family aspect of yourself, and it's very shocking that you grew up in the and they had something.
And when I told someone I grew up in Oworo, he said, "Now, I thought you grew up in Ikoyi."
Well, remind me never to cross you. Ron, you're married to a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Funny story. I met Dolapo separate.
Yeah.
And you're my husband's friend as well.
Yes.
So I didn't realize that you were married to my friend.
Okay.
I knew you through my husband, and I knew Dolapo separately. So I remember the first time I knew that you guys were married.
Yeah.
I remember that Dolapo met me in the car park at Yaba Psychiatry Hospital. I don't remember what we did there. It's for work. And then we had a conversation. It was like, "Oh, you're married to Ron. Oh, you're Dolapo." Like, oh my goodness. It was just all love. It was just happiness. And I know your wedding anniversary is coming up soon.
Yes, it is.
How long have you been married for?
15 years. So yes, it's a good milestone.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
So what do you love most about Dolly?
Yes. So Dolly is a very passionate and compassionate woman.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think for me personally, I love the way she loves me. She's a very passionate and a very compassionate woman. Oh. And for me personally, I love the way she loves me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she said something to me one time, and it really got me thinking about it. Because I don't think I ever thought about it when she said it. We were having our moment, was a special moment. And then she said to me that I don't just love you, I actually like you.
Oh, yes. You have to actually like the person enough to love them.
Yeah, yes. And I thought that was really sweet. Very sweet. I thought about it myself. I said, you're absolutely right, because I love spending time with you, and I can see obviously you also
and you like her too. Sure, you like Asha.
Oh yeah, absolutely, I do. And so that made so much sense to me. Yeah, so she's that type of person.
I like your love. I like it when I see you guys dancing on Instagram. Like, you guys remind me of the older version of. I don't want to say Vicky James and Apple's band. Because those ones are kind of like separate.
Yes.
But you guys, your love is very effortless.
It's effortless. Yes,
very
it
effortless,
is.
And I like it.
It is.
I like it.
She's the type of person that makes me want to be a better person. Because I see that she's very giving and she's very committed to our relationship.
Very nice.
And so that sort of like helps me to also do the things I do. So it's sort of like easy to love her as well. Yeah.
So what's that one memory? That makes you smile when you think about Dolapo, you're just like, maybe you're just taking a drive one day and you're just like, this thing that she did, or that thing that comes to you.
Yeah, I mean, I can think of two.
Okay, we said one.
Yeah, I know, but
I want to share two.
Let's hear it. I want to share two.